So till this point, we were able to create the image, we were able to run the image in the container, and things are working fine, right? And we were able to get the output as well on the screen. So basically what output I'm talking about, we were getting this hello world. So when you refresh this, of course it's not working now because I've stopped the container, but it was working, right? We got hello world. But now the problem is when you want to create the image, we have done multiple steps, right? So what steps I'm talking about? I'm talking about these steps. So basically the first thing you have to do is you have to get the container for JDK, right? Because you have to run JDK. Now inside this container, we were able to copy our jar file, which we created, which was restdemo.jar. Now it changes depending upon what you want to name it. And then you have to also mention the name of your container. So basically whatever container name you get that and you say, okay, I want to copy this in temp. And then you create the image. While creating the image, you say docker commit, and then you write this number of lines to create the image. And of course, nothing wrong with the line. The problem is how many times you will do this. Every time you make a change in your project, you have to do this manually. And that's a problem. Now you will be saying, okay, I can do this manually. But the problem is, this is a very simple project where we don't have a lot of different stuff. We just have one JDK, we just have one jar file and one running command. It works, we only have 3 statements. But what if you have different containers to work with? I mean, you have multiple images to work with. You have multiple commands you want to execute, multiple services to enable. And doing that manually every time is not a good idea. So we have to find a way to automate this. And the way you can do that is with the help of DockerFile. So what we can do is we can do all those things, but then only once. And then every time you want to create the image, you can just run one command. It will create the image for you. I know that sounds like a lot, but not exactly. So what you have to do is you just have to create one file. So I will just minimize everything. You just have to create one file which is called a Docker file. So you have to click create a Docker file. Now in this IDE already have a Docker plugin installed. So if you have a Docker plugin installed, you will get this Docker file option. Otherwise, you can click on normal file and say Docker file, and that's it. You just got a Docker file now. Now in this, you have to mention certain things. The first thing is you need a container, right? Of which container you want JDK. So the way you can do that is using some commands of Docker, which is from, you have to mention the JDK, which is open JDK, and then you can mention the tag, which is 22 JDK, which we were using. So yeah, this is what you want. Next, you need to copy, right? The next command is copying. So how do we do that? In fact, you can also mention the maintainer name. So I'm using a Copilot, that's why it is giving you some suggestions. We can also mention that. I just skip it. Now, the next thing you want to do is copy, right? Now to copy, we don't have a copy command, we have an add command. So basically what you're doing is you are taking your jar file and putting that in this Docker. Okay, now when you say add, what are the things you have to mention? So you have to mention 2 things, the source and destination. Now, where's the source? Source is in the target folder. So if you see target, we have our jar file here. So that's our source. So we can go with the target / the file name is rest demo.jar. And the destination is also, I want the same thing. So you can mention the same file name. Next, if you want to expose 8080, we'll talk about that later, but then we'll go for the next one. Next step is we want to create this image, but then while creating this image, we want to pass this command, right? This is the command we were passing, which is cmd, and then in the array, we are passing 3 things, which is the command itself, the java -jar and the file name. So you can put this command here, but then there's a different way of doing it. So to do that, we have to say expose entry point, and then you can mention your command directly, which is java -jar and then the file name, and you can say tab and it will work. And exposing is optional, we'll do that later. And that's it, only these 3 steps. Now what you're doing is basically you're saying, hey, I want to get this image which is OpenJDK. So when you say from, it means you want to refer to the OpenJDK image. Now in that image, when it runs, you have to add this jar file, and this is a path, this is a source path. And then you are mentioning what you want to do that. So when you want to run this, what should be the entry point? Entry point is this. And this is how you basically create a Docker file. As your project gets complex, you will have more statements here, but this is simple how it looks like. Now we got a Docker file and we want to create an image out of it. Okay, so we don't have to do these steps manually now because we have written that once. And every time you want to create image, you just run one command. Now, what is that command? So you have to say Docker, not capital. You're not shouting at Docker. So you have to say Docker, and then you have to say build, because you're building an image. Now, while building the image, you have to say tag. Okay, so we have to give a tag to it. As we have done before, we have given v1, v2 tag. This time, let's go for v3. And remember that v3 is actually for DockerFile. We'll say -t, which is for the tag. So I'll mention the name, which is REST demo. And then you can mention the tag here, which is by giving a colon. And you can mention this is v3. Not v2, v3. Okay, that's done, right? Now you have to also mention the context or which directory you want to work with. So do you want to work on the same directory where you're working with? If yes, say dot. If you have a different path for the files, you can mention a path there. But at this point, let's not make it complex. Let's have the same directory. We got dot here. And that's it. You say enter, and you can see we got an image. But the real question is, will it work? Now, if you look at the steps here, what step it did, if I expand this, so you can see we got docker build -t. This is the command we have passed. And then it says, okay, let's start the step. So it was quite fast. Let me know how fast it was there on your machine. But we are saying that load docker.ignore. Now, there are certain files which you don't want Docker to take care of. You can mention those files in Docker ignore. If you have used Git before, we also have Git ignore, right? So something similar. Then you specify it. So it loads the definition from DockerFile. So it will read the DockerFile. It will also load a metadata for Docker, the OpenJDK which we have used. And then it will start building now. Now for building, it has done here. You can see it has taken some memory for metadata. Okay, so then it will get the Docker for you, JDK. It was quite fast. I think it's taking from the cache. Now, what is cache here? The thing is, since we are using this packages and images and this jar file multiple times, it has created a cache of it. You can see it says from cache. So this is getting it from cache and then exporting the layers. And at the end, it is writing the image, and that's what you got here. And this is the name for it. Okay, so we got the image, and I can also confirm that by saying Docker images, and you can see we got all this image. This is the image which we created, which is v3. And now let's run this, and let's see if this works. Let me just run this Docker images one more time. And now let's run this. So it's a Docker run with the same command which we have used before. So we have to also expose the port. I will go for the same port, which is 8081 and 8081. And then you mention your image which you want to run. So the image is Telusko -rest demo. And then you also mention the tag, because we have multiple tags, right? We have v1, v2. Let's run v3. And now when you run this, I hope it will work. So it is running. There is no problem. It is running on 8081 port number. Let's go back to our browser and let's see if this works. Reload, and it works. So basically what we are doing is, this time also we are getting the image. The only thing is we are doing that with the help of a DockerFile. We are not doing those steps manually. Okay, so that's how basically you create an image from a Docker file, and that's how basically you create a Docker file. So that's it from this video, where we have focused on the Docker file. Of course, we are going to use this later as well, but that's how you build it.